Hello everybody, it's soundtrack time again, as we're going to take a look and unbox two new Evangelion soundtracks. So I did allude to this in my previous video where I went through 11 of my Evangelion soundtracks. I did mention I was quite looking forward to this 25th anniversary box set coming, as well as this little one here that came out around the same day, which is called Evangelion Finally. So I'll just quickly go through this one first and explain what this one is before getting to this 25th anniversary box set. So Evangelion Finally, and again, just before I start, I ordered these from a website called Ami. I've mentioned them before, but it tends to be where I go for a bit of Evangelion merchandise that doesn't pop up with the other seller. Sometimes Ami gets some pre-order bonuses because it is an actual shop in Japan that deals online. So with the Evangelion Finally CD, we also got this little thing here, sort of keyring-esque thing. Feels like something's meant to go in there, maybe some sort of like luggage tag maybe. But yeah, it sort of depicts the cover of the album with Rei Ayanami on there. You can see not for sale because it's a Ami exclusive bonus. I also got a pre-order bonus with the 25th anniversary set, which I will mention when I get to that. So the Evangelion Finally CD, you see the artwork there. It's a very striking image of Rei Ayanami, and the reason for that is because this is a selection of bits of music and songs from Evangelion, performed by Yoko Takahashi, who tends to do the main themes for Eva, and Megumi Hayashibara, hopefully I've said that correctly, who is the voice actress for Rei over in Japan. So you can see straight from the track listing, we've got a version of Fly Me to the Moon there, Thanatos, Komso Satard, a new recording of Fly Me to the Moon, we've got Come Sweet Death, Second Impact, Dilemmatic Triangle Opera, The Image of Black Me, which I think these are all newish songs. I think Dilemmatic Triangle Opera, try to say that quickly, was featured on the Jazz album. This will probably be a different rearrangement, I'd imagine. But yeah, there's some decent new stuff on there, which I'm looking forward to listening to. So let's open up the album. Comes in this nice plastic slipcase there. And then we got the actual album and the back of it there, which just kind of tells you the track listing. Can't get that in focus. There we go, it tells you the track listing again. And the album also came with this, which is like a little commemorative card, which will just pop out. So I don't quite know what this is. It's oh, actually, this, obviously I can't really read any of that, but that is stated to be a movie ticket, which I think is a pretty cool item to have. It's of no use to me, you know, unless I can get myself a quick flight over to Japan. I presume it's not an actual movie ticket, but that's a pretty cool piece of kit there. I always like getting little side stuff like that. So we'll open up the CD, the album artwork there. It's just the same as on the front page, just in different colour palette. We'll get the booklet out. So I am one of those who still enjoys getting physical CDs, and I have an extensive collection of albums. I'm into prog rock, so it's all about the artwork and getting the lyrics and reading along and stuff like that. But there we've got the lyrics to the songs. They're obviously in Japanese, which I can't read, which I don't need to keep pointing out. There we go, let's go through it. It's just a basic, pretty standard lyric book that you would get with any physical album nowadays. But that's a nice thing, and I am looking forward to giving that a listen when I can. So now, of course, moving on to sort of the main centerpiece of this, and something that I've been looking forward to getting since I clocked it online, which was only a couple of weeks ago to be fair, so not too many weeks of excitement there. And that is this 25th anniversary soundtrack. So first of all, the pre-order bonus from Ami Ami, which is me making a very loud noise, opening that up. So this is, once I can get it out of the plastic, a pretty basic mouse mat, featuring the artwork from the box. So it looks alright. I guess the one thing, this is very, very finicky, but I kind of wish the rest of the mat kind of blended in with the black there. I've seen this a lot with t-shirts as well from bands, where it's just got the artwork right plop in the centre of the t-shirt, and I kind of don't necessarily like it when that happens, because I kind of think it looks a bit lazy. But you can't, it's free. It came free with it. Can't argue with that. I'll use that. So here we go. The Neon Genesis Evangelion Soundtrack 25th Anniversary box. So I'm very, very happy to have this, because this contains 5 albums within it. The Evangelion 1, 2 and 3 soundtracks, the Death soundtrack, and the End of Evangelion soundtrack. I already have the End of Evangelion soundtrack, as you probably saw in the previous video, but the rest of them I didn't have, and I think 1 was still in circulation and possibly on Spotify, but 2, 3 and Death, I've never really seen them for sale at a reasonable price. So let's get this open. So what do you get here? You get a booklet, and you get this containing all of the albums. So we'll start with the booklet. So this, I believe, yeah, we've got the front cover there, we've got the date it aired, 1995, track listing there. So this takes us from the opening theme there, down to various versions of Fly Me to the Moon. I think by the end of these albums, I'm going to have about 30 to 40 variations of Fly Me to the Moon. Now, I have a massive collection of prog rock albums from the same bands. I have loads of Pink Floyd bootlegs, loads of Dream Theater albums, loads of Marillion albums, and they all have different live versions of various songs. I think I've got about 20 versions of Comfortably Numb. With Marillion, I've got numerous versions of songs like Kaylee and that. I think my number of copies of Fly Me to the Moon will eclipse that. Not that that's a bad thing, because it's a fantastic song, and obviously they're different variation every time for the end credits, but it's kind of amusing. There we got the list of the musicians there. We got the lyrics of Fly Me to the Moon. Recording there. That's really cool information. I try and get that in focus. So you can see it started recording on May in 1985 at King Records, and that's when they did the mixing. Oh, there's some artwork in there. Here we go. I got that. Oh, this is really, really cool. That's like probably the slipcase from the original. There we go. This is the second one. Neon Genesis Evangelion 2, released in 1996. There we go. We get to see some more images from the anime there. There's the track list. Borderline Kiss, Crystalline Night Sky, Angel Attack 2 and 3, more versions of Fly Me to the Moon, Dear Toyo 3. So this kind of covers, I think, the middle bit of the series up until the latter half. It's kind of hard to place the names. I've got some of the artwork there of the angels. This is what I love about having physical albums. I honestly really adore this kind of stuff, seeing the artwork and that in there. More notes. Presume that's credit. A quote from Genesis, not the band featuring Phil Collins, but the biblical variation. And there we go. That's the slipcase of Evangelion 2. So now we move on to Evangelion 3, featuring my favourite. And there we have the track list there. There's some lovely names there, isn't there? Harbinger of Tragedy. Separation anxiety, depression, just depression, infantile dependence, adult dependency. There's some joyous stuff. Another what is that? 11 versions of Fly Me to the Moon. I think I was probably on form with having 40. And there we go for more of the artwork there. The lyrics to Fly Me to the Moon again. I tell you what, you'll bloody remember the lyrics to Fly Me to the Moon by the end of this, won't you? There we go. Right, and there we have the credits for that. Another quote from Genesis. I hope the next one's Jesus, He Knows Me. That's a reference and a half for like very few people watching this will probably get. And there's the back for that one. There we go. Now we on to the Death album. This one released in 1997. So this would have accompanied Death and Star. So there we go. Now we get the a lot of classical variations in there. I like the style. I like the style for the booklet in this one. Actually, the way it's presented. More artwork there. And there we go. Quite a bit on this one. And there we go, that's the back cover for it there, and your track listing as well. So finally, we come to End of Evangelion. So again, I covered End of Evangelion in the previous one, but I'll quickly go through the booklet for that. Again, it's just sort of very similar to the Death booklet. Air, which that is the song that when I first watched it, I just instantly cried from the moment it happened. It was a very, very emotional film. Thanatos. And there we have it. So that's the booklet. That's the back. There we go. That's the booklet that comes with it. So now for the actual content itself. So let's just have a quick look here. So you can see loads of images and stills from the show. Shinji in the early episodes looking out at the mountain. Kaoru in the later episodes. We got out of focus Toji. Toji and Shinji from the early ones, and Asuka there. Gendo being a prick. Kaji being suave. Toji and Kensuke being creepy. That's what they do. Gendo being a prick. Ritsuko there. Shinji being a bit mad. Rare. Kaoru again. Unit 1, Unit 0, Unit 1. It's a really, really nice looking now, and them little stills and stuff. We open it up and we've got more. Just loads more stills. Then we'll open it up again and something falls out. Oh, and there we go. There's the CDs themselves. Now that is nice. They all seem to be pretty much the same. Yeah, so disc 1, disc 2, disc 3, disc 4, and disc 5. I did see that little booklet come out here. What we got? We got Ninja's Evangelion Soundtrack 25th Anniversary Box. Oh, very, very bright red. And that is just your track listings for each album. And there we have it, the 25th Anniversary Evangelion box set. So, definitely really looking forward to giving all of these a listen, or in the case of the End of Evangelion soundtrack, a re-listen. It's a sort of music I do put on to, work to, or, write to sometimes. And it's always a really, really good soundtrack. Eva does have a fantastic soundtrack, from the music that plays just in the background when the characters are talking, through to the fights against the angel, to the selection of classical music they pick. It's all very, very good and all fits really perfectly. There's maybe a couple of pieces of music that I think don't work quite as well. I kind of always felt Oscar's theme when she turns up, that weird sort of, I don't even know how you'd classify it. It's sort of a hillbilly bluegrass kind of music. Doesn't work so well. Always seem to know it's silly, but that does fit the tone of the series around that time, I guess. But no, this is a really, really fantastic box set. If you haven't already, definitely go check out my video covering the 11 Evangelion soundtracks. You might see something in there that's interesting. Or check out any of my other unboxings or retro gaming stuff. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you all again in a future video.